And hello again. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a new, improved, totally fixed A2A Beech Bonanza. I know, you can't quite tell by just looking at it, but as soon as we're done flying it, you will know. You know, my last video got this response from YouTube username Man of Nantucket. He writes, I have 30 hours on the 8A V35. It is my first 8A GA aircraft, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. He loves all the 8A bits about it, but he says he doesn't like how squirrely it is, hate the lateral sawing effect if you rotate at book speed. The plane cruises well, can grease the landing. Wish I'd chosen to go with one of their Cessna or Piper planes instead of this one. However, I was only just aware they were actually P3D version 4 updated. I will press forward, put many more hours on this aircraft. Maybe someday we'll feel more at ease with it. Well, Man of Nantucket, someday is now. What you have to do is you have to go and use your updater for it and just update the airplane with the latest patch from A2A, and then you will discover, as I'll show you in a second, that this thing now flies like a Beech Bonanza. It does not fly like a Comanche, nor does it fly like a 182, but it no longer actively tries to kill you. You can stall this thing with abandon, and it will behave the way an airplane does instead of the way some sort of fork-tailed monster does. Now, I have precipitated spins in it as well, and I will tell you that it is still nasty if you spin it. So we're not going to spin it because you're not supposed to spin it, and you're not supposed to get anywhere near the point where you're going to spin it. But we are going to stall it as hard as we can, and you'll see that it doesn't do what the old version did, which was get itself twisted up into some sort of nose down, hell-bent for leather, accelerating, spinning death. Now, as we fly out of here, you'll notice that this runway is sloped and narrow and bumpy and surrounded by obstacles. It's Orbix's airport, and it is kind of rare in P3D in that you've got slopes and things, which is why we're rolling so easily here, and in a second we won't. But what I'm going to do is try and roll through that little hump. There's one. And see if we can spin around here and let it slow us down like that. Look at that. All right, that's probably not the approved way to do it. But, and you can see the rise in the runway there. Look at that. And there's a crown in it too. I mean, it's quite something. But anyway, we're going to go full rich here. It's a short runway too, so this should be fun. Anyway, we're just going to depart here, climb out over Long Island Sound. There is no wind, and we will just perform a few maneuvers and see how well the plane flies. Now, you'll notice as we depart here that it will be less squirrely in the yaw axis. Not unsquirrely, but less. So we'll rotate at about 71 where we're supposed to. And up we come. And look at that, it just flies. Trim back a little bit here. Tap the brakes. Gear up. We'll pitch for about 9,500. Up. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9,500. 9, fly, but it is not a murderous airplane to fly anymore. We could stall it here and still recover very comfortably, as you'll see. And we're going to not just approach stall, but we're going to pull all the way through it. So it, you know, if we want to do a standard stall recovery, then we'll just go up to the buffet and come back, and you'll see how gentle that is. But even when it's pretty gnarly, it's not too bad. And there's the mighty Connecticut River. And even in just moment-to-moment flying here, it's just a little bit less nasty feeling or scary feeling, but it's still plenty responsive. So apparently they found some bugs with the flight model and they fixed them. So up we go. We'll level off, start to level off here, start to slow, trim back, trim back, trim back. By the time we hit 3,000, we should be almost at stalling speed. Trim back. I know I should stabilize a little bit more before we do this, but it'll be a relatively low G entry. Or 1 G entry, actually. Okay, so there's our gear warning. Now the first time we'll just break the stall at the buffet. Or the horn in the buffet. Okay. There's the buffet. And as you can see, a bit of a wallow there. And we lost almost nothing. Now, let's hold it through. Let's hold it through the full break this time. Because if you don't recover pretty quickly, you can get into a little bit of ugliness because you lose aileron effectiveness, but here we go. Okay, so there's the brake. Relax the controls, roll in the power, avoid a secondary stall, and come on out. And again, we lost, I don't know, 250 feet, 300 feet. Now, we're not going to spin, because when we spin, we don't win. It is pretty drastic when it spins, but you can recover. You just have to be delicate on the rudder pedals. So let's just see how the landing performance is. See if it's a little more benign too. If we can find our airport. That's going to be difficult. There it is. Okay. First time we'll come in from the wrong way around, and then we'll fly a standard pattern here. I think that's our airport. It is. Is it? It's a tiny ass little airport. Oh, there it is. Yes. Checking the reciprocal of our runway heading. All right. I don't yet know the geography completely of this area. I know it in real life, but I've never flown into this airport. Flown just to the north and past it to get to Hartford. And those environs. Airfield elevation's 400 feet. It's a short, narrow strip, so let's see how we do. These little, some of these lakes are probably filled in lime quarries. Oh, you know what? That's the airport. Get into a right base leg. At least I hope it is. That's one or the other. Is that the airport? Yes, it is. Yeah, because there's the chimney next to it. Alright, we're a little high. But nothing that a little gear can't handle. Alright, well, let's see how it handles a real kind of tight. Tight bush style landing here.
$500.
Not really, because the terrain is rising. It can easily be too low on an elevated strip. Okay, we're holding about 90. We're a little high and just a little fast. And a little bit trimmed too far forward for comfort. But we should hit it just about right. Too much float. Way too much float. Alright, let's go flying again here. Simmers, myself included, we float. We want to grease it, so we float. I know not to do that in the real world. There's our runway. Of not knowing where the hell you are in space. That is pathetic. That is really egregiously pathetic. God damn, that is awful. nice tight base leg because that's how we roll here, except basically that was entirely coincidental.
500.
Floating over at about 85. That should do us a little bit better. There we go. And let's try one more. Let's just try to have our energy run out the moment we, it's going to come about another 10 degrees to the right here, the moment we come sailing over that threshold. It's still a busy plane to fly, but it's not impossible to fly anymore. Start to lose our speed. Try to find our airport again. Christ. That's not easy. I gotta memorize that arrangement of lakes. There we go. Alright, go gear down. Go props full. Get approach flaps in. It does wallow, and it wallows early. It's not a crisp airplane when you're flying slow. Okay, get fully configured here. Gonna come in. That's about as slow as I dare go. About 85. Let's see, that gives us too much descent rate, but I'm a little bit high.
500.
Yeah, about 15 inches, 17 inches. It's a nasty little airport. Look at this. Okay, watching my speed here. It's not going to stop flying for a while, but it's not going to be fun to fly. Too much slower. There we go. That's about perfect. Oh, look at that. Let's see if we can stop by. That was not too bad. Now that we've vacated the runway here, let's do a little replay action, because I think that one looked good. Let's see, analysis, instant replay. Shit, I don't know how to do this. X-Plane is so much better than this for this. You see there's no sound in the cockpit. All right, let's see.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yeah, hang on, let me
Don't
fix
sink.
that.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I know what that is.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't s-
That sucks. All right, let me see if I can actually get a view that works, maybe. Change view outside. Tower. Yeah, well, that's no damn good. Let's see if it's... Can we repeat? Can we, please? There we go. No, that's no damn good. All right, well, do this. So again, we're just eking it over the fence. We're running out of energy at the same time. We're running out of vertical, as we're running out of altitude, as we are running out of lateral space. Let's see where we sink this sucker down. Obviously, you don't want to do it right on the piano keys because you see the slope right there. So, yeah, we could have rolled out the power even sooner. But all things considered, that weren't bad. That weren't bad at all. I mean, how much runway did we take? We didn't take hardly any. One last time. The silent movie version now, sadly. And you see the gauges don't replay either, so all you get is don't sink, don't sink. But you can see the picture stays about the same, and I let it rise a little bit because I'm a little bit high, so it comes up a little in the windscreen, and I'm already trickling out the power here. But you notice I fed some in right there. You see how we just sort of carried a little bit? Probably didn't have to do that, but who's to say? And we hit right about there. Well, that was a lot of fun. I will say that. And on that note, in this much improved airplane, we'll see you all again next time. And enjoy this plane. Patch it up and go flying. See you real soon. Bye-bye.